Hello, hello, and welcome back to another Chris McPherson show live watch along. We're doing some EuroLeague basketball this morning. Virtus Bologna up against Paris, and it's all change at both clubs as Virtus is set to be led for the first time by new coach Nenad Jakajevlich after he replaced Dusko Ivanovic, while Paris also has a new man at the helm with Julius Thomas stepping in to replace Francisco Tabellini. So it is absolutely game on. Both these teams working on trying to climb the ladder, sitting in the doldrums, 16th versus 17th, and we are underway here. And Paris have the early use of the ball. They can't control it. The starting fives for Virtus: Vildoza, Edwards, Niang, Alston Jr., and Diouf. While for Paris, it is Robinson, Roden, Fay, Watara, and Willis. Working the ball around now. Robinson, 3-point shot for Paris. Doesn't drop. Can they get the rebound? They do. Comes back through Roden. Roden to Robinson. 3-point shot, Robinson. Again, doesn't go this time. Virtus come away with the rebound. A bit of a fumble there. Working the paint, though, and Diouf gets up and gets the opening score of the game. Bologna the first onto the scoreboard. Ball batted down by Bologna and then fumbled by Fay. Out of bounds. It's going to be Bologna ball. And then forced back over half court, sorry. Quick ball movement, looking for Diouf in the post. Can't control it over the baseline. Great to have you tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from. Jump into those comments. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. And try and bring you a little bit more of the EuroLeague over the next few days. We'll also be covering the Game 4 of the NBL Champion Series as a three-pointer drained for Paris to give them the lead. So Edwards now drives into the lane, kicks it wide. 3-point shot back and does drop. Vildoza. So 5-3 at this stage. Paris trying to find an opportunity here. Robinson and Roden working together. Roden tries to set the screen. Robinson one-on-one drives to the top of the lane, cuts in, gets up for a jumper, banks it in off the backboard. 2 points for Roden. Ties up at fives. Turnover, nice interception there, Diouf, and they move away straight away. Tara. Gets the ball batted out of his hands. That'll remain Paris ball. As I said, both these sides, 16th and 17th, both changed coaches during the week. Julius Thomas now at the helm at Paris. Nenad Jakajevlich for Bologna. Herrera now kicks it across to Hilfy into the post and a foul drawn. Going to be called on Diouf. Met Diouf. First foul of the game. Now, Hilfy pushes it across. Ball movement. Morgan kick for three. Doesn't go. Rebound sits for Hilfy, who'll go again for three. Doesn't go again. Back-to-back missed threes for Paris. Almost 3 minutes gone. Still 5-all in this game. Turnover. Good work there from Paris basketball. Push it across again. Morgan trying to get a three-shot. Doesn't happen. Kicks it to the left and beautifully drained by Hilfy. And now Paris extend their lead out to 3. Their biggest lead of the game so far. Good to have you all tuning in. We have now a foul called on Herrera for Paris. So it'll be a foul going to Bologna. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel if you like your basketball and other sports. Bring you plenty more basketball over the coming weeks. With the EuroLeague, we've got the NBL Game 4 of their Championship Series tonight, Australian time, 7:30 p.m. So in about 14 hours. I'll be back with that. But now, for the time being, Bologna going to work. Alston Jr. Step back jumper. Doesn't go. Rebound taken. Hilfy. He's been busy early. Herrera. Deep 3. Can't quite hit. Alston Jr. gets the rebound. Little alley-oop action. That is nice for Diouf. They get the margin back to 1. Actually, it was Niang getting up over the top. Chavrin out there now for Paris. Hilfy, little cut move, crossover, drives into the lane, gets them 2 more. Back to a 3-point lead, 4 minutes and 12 seconds gone in this first quarter. EuroLeague action coming to you. A live watch-along. Jumper misses for Bologna. It's taken away. Streaking away. Coast to coast is Morgan. Gives it off. And they draw the shooting foul. Could have gone himself, Morgan. But handed off to Cavalier. And now Cavalier will go to the line with a foul coming from Vildoza. Interesting choice there from Morgan. He was essentially unopposed at the hoop. Didn't want to take the layup himself. So, Vildoza at the line. Overcooks his first. Sorry, not Vildoza. No, Vildoza gave the foul. It's Cavalier for Paris. Cavalier takes his second, and he's none from 2. That's disappointing. It should have been a gimme basket. Turns into nothing. Bologna with Diouf taking it down court. Tight press from Paris, but it's kicked out wide. 3-point shot. Again, doesn't go. Ball movement, kicked back. Deep 3 again. Doesn't go for Bologna, and it's turned over. Robinson drives in. Little mid-range lap. Takes it himself this time, and he'll get the N1. So Morgan drains that. Jerry Morgan, American import. Now go to the line to add another one. Free throw shooting hasn't exactly been their best so far. None from 2. Gets this one though, no problem. And they're out to a 6-point lead early, Paris. Midway point of the first quarter. A misdirected pass there, and Vildoza had to track back to pick that one up. Hands off now. Alston Jr. into Diouf in the post. Kicks it back. Quick ball movement. 3-point shot from Vildoza. Doesn't go. Rebound on and given off to Hilfy. Hilfy goes in, leaves it short. I think he's trying the alley-oop for Chavrin, but didn't work. Thinking about the 3-point shot from Vildoza. Decides better of it. Little run around play with Diouf. Does go for the 3 now. Again, doesn't hit. 3-point shooting. 1 from 6 so far for Bologna. Now they're trying to find an option here. Chavrin kicks it into the post. They kick it back out. 3-point shot. Paris can't get that one to go. Batted down. That was Morgan again. Now work into the post for Bologna, and that'll be a foul. And I will think that Olsen Jr. will go to the line. Foul called on Morgan. So Bologna at the line. 2 free throws, try and cut back this deficit. (13-7) at this stage. Looks like we might have a timeout. So EuroLeague basketball on the channel. First time we're running the EuroLeague basketball. Let us know what you think. Whether it's something of interest or not. I'm going to give it a whirl for the remainder of their season and see whether it clicks with you guys. Again, trying to bring you some more live watch-alongs where it makes sense. So there'll be plenty more coming over the coming months, but obviously a lot of basketball seasons starting to head toward their pinnacles at the moment. It is good to have those of you who are watching with us here. First quarter of this EuroLeague contest, 16 v 17. Both teams new coaches for the first time today. And early doors in this first quarter, it is Paris with the lead, 13 points to 7. Taking on Virtus Bologna. Plenty of individual scorers so far, but Nadir Heafy leading the way with 5 points. Out of the timeout. And Olsen Jr. will be at the line for Virtus Bologna. Hits his first. 6 minutes gone in this first quarter. 5-point deficit. Virtus Bologna at the line for a second free throw. And 2 from 2. Back to a 4-point game. Olsen Jr. checks out. Heafy. Crossover work. Kicks the ball wide to the right. Now they drive it into the lane. Up and through. Attempted pass back into play. Went astray and fell for Homs. Dozer. Working with Jallo. Dozer. Bologna into the post. Hit the bucket. It's the big man. Smalajic. Beautiful bounce pass in for him, and he's going to draw the foul as well. So it'll be the N1. A chance to make it a 1-point ball game here. My oh my. They've come back quickly here, Bologna. Drops for them. 1-point game, 13-12. Heafy working around, seeing what he can do here. Cuts through into the lane, kicks it out. They think about the 3 wide. Yale turns it over, though. Not what they're looking for. Edwards comes away, kicks it to Vildoza. Vildoza's going to take it in, looking for the alley-oop. It was deflected, but they still maintain possession. Now they send it wide for Smalajic, and he drains a 3 from the left wing. The big man's got touch. And they lead 15-13, and Paris will call a timeout. A 7-0 run. My oh my. What a turnaround. This game is soaring, that is for sure. Down to 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter. And Bologna have seized the lead back. As I said, coming into this game, Bologna 13 wins, 20 losses for the season so far. Paris 12-21. So a chance for Paris to overtake Bologna into 16th spot. Don't be shy, get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from. what you're up to on your Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending where you are. You're watching this live in Australia and bringing it to you from the EuroLeague. As I said, we'll be back tonight. A little bit more basketball action. Game 4 of the NBL Australia Championship Series. Adelaide 36ers versus Sydney Kings. Sydney Kings lead that one 2-1, so a win in that one will seal the championship for the Kings on the road. If not, then we'll go to Game 5, a best-of-5 series. All right, back to the action here in this round 33 regular season match. Efi working, trying to find an option to present. Might have to do it all himself. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He goes for 3, doesn't fall. And again, it's the big man in Smalagic that takes it away. Hands it back on now. It comes across Edwards, carves his way into the lane. Draws the contact, and that'll be a foul. It's going to be a charge, actually. So, Edwards will take a spell. Changes reign. 2:28 on the clock in his first quarter, and it's Paris ball. Bologna up to 4 fouls. Now they work through here. Ayal. Robinson back out. Loses possession. Kicks it deep. Ayal for 3. Drops it. That is a nice shot. An open 3, unopposed on the 45 on the left angle. Paris take the lead back. 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Hackett is on there. Smalagic. Step back for 3. Leaves it short. Robinson comes away the other end. Kicks it out. They think about the 3-point shot. Homs decides better of it. Ayal's there looking for an avenue. Goes down the right lane on the edge. Carves into the shooting lane. Tries to roll it up. Little tip in. Doesn't work. Quick break for Bologna. Nice work there. That is a wonderful shot. Morgan gives them the lead back. Straight down the other end. Quick shooting for 3 from out wide. It was Willis. He can't get it even on the rebound. So it says 17-16, 1:10 on the clock, and we have a collision. There's going to be an offensive foul called there. I think it might be. It is. It's against Jallo. It's 2 offensive fouls in a couple of minutes. Matthew Morgan was on the fast break. 1:10 on the clock here in this first quarter. Great to have you tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're up to with your Tuesday night or Wednesday morning as you're tuning in, who you're cheering for. 3-point shot for Bologna. Hits the mark. Morgan for Bologna. Matthew Morgan drains that. And a quick response straight back the other way. Gets us back to a 1-point ball game. Now the shooting range is starting to come in. Smalagic for Bologna. Matthew Morgan kicks it out. Alston Jr. for 3 off the edge of the rim. And out of bounds over the sideline. It'll be Paris basketball. 31.5 seconds on the clock. 7.5 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Now, Heafy works it down court. Apologies, it's Robinson, not Heafy. Robinson works it down court. Deep 3. Leaves it to the right of the rim. And now, Bologna will have the last say here with 8 seconds on the clock. They'll take their time. Smalagic setting the screens. 3-point shot. Doesn't go. Can they get another shot away? No, they won't. That will be quarter time and is absolutely in the balance. It's been a seesawing encounter. 20 points to 19. Bologna leads on their home court at the break. Well, let's take a look through the scorers, and leading the way for everyone is Smaljic. He's on 6 points. So Alan Smaljic, the forward for Virtus Bologna, is on 6 points. Then go back to Matthew Morgan on 5 for Bologna. In terms of rebound leaders, Niang's leading the way with 4 for Bologna. For Paris, leading scorer is Nadir Heafy. He has 5 points. He also has 3 rebounds, leading the rebound count for them. Next best for them is a cluster of 4 players on 3 points. So at this stage, Bologna doing the better. 67% 2-point shooting, leading the way. And they're up by 1. Both sides have led by decent margins already. But showing they're willing to chance their hand. Plenty of 3-point shooting. Bologna 3 from 10. Paris 4 from 13. Both sides taking a lot more 3-point shots than 2-point shots in this first quarter. What can the new coaches do? Just a reminder, this is the first game in charge for both sides for their new coaches. Julius Thomas for Paris basketball, taking over from Francesco Tabellini, and Nenad Yakovlevic after he replaced Dusko Ivanovic for Bologna. So both sides' ownership's not happy with the performances that have left their teams in 16th and 17th in the EuroLeague at this point of the season. So I've decided to make some changes. Here we are, underway for the second quarter. Bologna in possession. Smaljic getting it done again. Now Paris trying to find a response. Roden's back out there, and they get the 2 points straight back. No mucking about from Paris. 30 seconds gone here in the second. 22-21. Bologna on the ball. Kick the ball wide. 3-point shot. And drained. Unafraid to take the 3-point shots. This time it's Jallo. Popped over the top. Going to work in the paint and draws the foul after the fact is Willis. He'll get the and one. Derek Willis. Good work. Took the hard effort into the paint. And earns himself the free throw. Very wide stance for his free throw. Wasn't pretty, but it dropped. Gets us back to a 1-point ball game. 25-24, 8:54 on the clock remaining in this second quarter. Now Matthew Morgan on the ball for Bologna. Pushes it across. Alston Jr. drives into the lane, gets up and over, banks it in off the glass. Another couple of points for Alston Jr. Now Robinson for Paris kicks it out. Nice shot there for 3. Doesn't drop though, unfortunately, for Roden. Ball's called as Paris ball, but Bologna want the challenge. It looks like they're going to get it. So Yakovlevic calls the challenge. Under review, we'll see. Will Bologna retain possession? Sorry, will Bologna be given possession, or will Paris retain it? Will the decision be overturned? We'll wait and see. The referee's undertaking their review at the moment. Still reviewing. Deliberating. So it looks like the decision will be overturned. So it will be Bologna ball. So decision overturned. A good challenge. Last touch off Paris. So Bologna ball now. They lead by 3. 1:36 gone in this second quarter. So Bologna in possession with Hackett. Hackett v Robinson. Bologna ball here. Taking it down the left edge. Looking for options. Step back 3-point shot for Alston Jr. Looked like it was dropping, but just popped back out. And the rebound is taken. Good ball movement. That rebound went to Fay. Sliding into the paint. They can't quite get it done, but they do get the rebound. Nice spin move, but again, another missed shot. This time by Willis, and Smalagic takes the rebound for Bologna. Now Bologna working it into... Getting worked into the corner, a little behind the back pass. Sloppy move and turned over. Paris get the ball away. They kick it wide. 3-point shot. Beautifully hit there. Watara ties us up at 27s. It was very scrappy in the lead up, and Bologna will now take a time out. 27 all. Timeout, all locked up in this second quarter. 2.5 minutes gone. Great to have you tuning in. Don't be shy. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you're cheering for. Your little wager on the game, let us know. Always good to have you with us. Make sure to hit like on the video as well. Hit subscribe on the channel. As I said, don't be shy. Jump into those comments. Love to have some engagement, some conversation ongoing. This is an interesting game for these two sides, both trying to add a bit more pride to the tail end of their season across these last few games. Sitting 16th and 17th. A few players here playing certainly for their futures and opportunities that will come for next year for them. So for Bologna at the moment, it looks like Smalagic, Alston Jr., Hackett, Morgan and Jallo are out there. In Paris, it's Robinson, Roden, Fay, Watara and Willis. As soon as I say that, they make some changes. Juve checks in for Bologna. Little fumble there and across the baseline. Yang also just checked in at that change. Just couldn't handle the pass from Alston Jr. Little fumble across the baseline. And it's Paris ball. Now Paris with Heafy. Pop pass over the top. Work in the boards. That is nice. Cavalier gets a bucket for Paris. Bulldozer. Alston Jr. Back to Bulldozer. Look to go to Diouf. Didn't happen. Sets the screen instead. Little underhanded pass. Niang, nice work in close quarters. Levels up at 29s. 6:40 on the clock. Ball comes off Heafy and out. No, they're going to say last touch Alston Jr., so it will be Paris ball. Inbound, the attacking end of the court. Heafy over the top now. Morgan for Paris. Heafy again. Driven into the lane, floated up. Well, just absolutely missed in the end there from Herrera. And we're going to have a foul called as Chavrin tried to hustle for the ball and just fouled Morgan. Bulldozer brings it down court. Bounce pass for Olsen. Kicks it in to the post. Little spin move, Diouf. Nice work. Bologna back with the lead. Chavin. Bounce pass return. He gets the dunk. That is nice from the big man, Chavin. 31 all. 6 minutes to go in this second quarter. Well, there's the afterburners down the right-hand edge. And look at that move from Matthew Morgan for Bologna. Just too quick. Got the mismatch. Went all the way to the hoop himself. Heafy kicks it out here. Wide back looking for the three. Doesn't happen. Back to Heafy at the top of the three-point arc. Fires it wide. Deep three. And beautifully hit there. Justin Morgan gives Paris the lead 34-33. My, oh my. End-to-end basketball. Enthralling stuff at the moment. Now they work it to the edge of the shooting lane. Diouf, fumble, taken away by Cavalier. And he's just fouled. That's absolutely cleaned up by Matthew Morgan. Certainly don't mind some razzle-dazzle inside that three-point arc, the way they go about things, Bologna. High risk, high reward. That time, the risk hit, not the reward. The Morgan takes a breather for the time being. That's Matthew Morgan. Edwards will check back in. Another one of the Americans out there, Carson Edwards. That'll be Paris inbound on the attacking side of halfway. Heafy's there. Heafy working hard, pops the ball into the lane. And they draw the foul. Cavalier is fouled. He gets the shot in afterwards, but they wave that away. Now Olsen gives him the foul. It's a third foul already this quarter. Not at the bonus yet. Heafy now. Pushes it wide. 3-point shot from the left wing and drained. That is a nice stroke by Homs. They're back out to a 4-point lead, Paris. 4:40 on the clock till half time. Great to have you tuning in. We'd love it if you'd like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel and get involved in those comments. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Maybe you're backing aside. You've got a little bit of cash on them. Let's have a little foul there. Called against Heafy. He came for the extra assist. So it'll be Bologna ball. On the baseline. Inbound here. Diouf kicks it out. Bulldozer. Edwards drives into the lane, gets up. We're going to call the N1 here. No, they've waved the bucket off. It's going to be 2 free throws. Happened early. So it won't be the N1. And Carson Edwards will go to the line for 2. Really? No, they're going to say it was so early it wasn't a shooting foul. It's going to be an inbound pass. Bulldozer now. 9 on the shot clock. Bounce pass for Edwards. Kicks it in. Diouf crashes in. Didn't get the bucket, but this will surely be a shooting foul. Holmes says, what more could I do? I was fading back. I won't challenge it though. And Diouf will go to the line. 4:10 on the clock here. Well and truly in the balance, this one. Mehmet Diouf. It's his first free throw. Doesn't get the second one. Taken away by Paris. Game remains at a 3-point margin. Heafy versus Vildoza. Kicks out deep 3. Doesn't go for Paris. They do get the rebound though. Justin Morgan comes back to Heafy. He's going to drive towards the lane. Little fumble. Step back for 3. My goodness, off balance, turning away, and he just drains it. That is some good shooting, and they're out to a 6-point lead with 3:35 on the clock. Dozer beautifully fed in. Diouf up and over in the post. Gets them 2 back. 40-36. They force a turnover straight away, and they go back to back. This time it's Herrera, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point ball game. Need another interception. No, they waved off. They haven't counted that last bucket, so 40-36. Official scoreboards are saying different things. There we go. Fixed up now. 40-36. Going to come back though because there's a foul on the shot. So Vildoza will go to the line for 2. (40-36). Bologna at the line. Rolled in front of the rim, backboard, and then dropped. So Paris over the foul limit. So Bologna in the bonus now. 3:09 to go in the quarter. Clean shot on the second free throw. So now Heafy goes to work. Dozer pressing hard on him. Heafy and Cavalier working together. Kicked out. Back to Heafy for 3. And he hits another one. The man can shoot. 5-point lead. 2:45 on the clock now before half time. Straight back through Diouf. Quick ball to him in the post. And quick fire at the other end too. This time Cavalier. 45-40. 2:15 on the clock. Little doze up. Straight into Diouf. He draws the foul. Crashes into the photographers at the baseline. Hopefully everyone's okay there. It was quite a collision. It's taking out the TV cameraman. Foul's going to be called on Ayal. So we met Diouf at the line now. Carson Edwards checks out. Diouf gets his first one. And doesn't hit the second. So stays at 4 points. And the ball floated over the top. Comes back. Robinson drains a three. They're getting lethal from the three-point range. Paris, 48-41. They lead under 2 minutes to go till half time. That takes Robinson up to 5 points. Kick it out here. Niang drops it back again. Little dozer, leaves it short, but Niang picks it up and drops it in. 48-43. Now 3-point shot out wide, and again, they are just on absolute fire. This time it's Homs. They extend their lead out to 8 points with just over a minute till half time. Banked in off the glass. That's nice work, Vildoza, but only 2. Does get us back to a 6-point ball game, though. Robinson goes in, tries to bank it up off the glass. Wanted the foul, doesn't get it. And away comes Hackett with the ball. Hackett to Vildoza. Vildoza, huge, deep three. Overcooked off the back of the rim and comes down a friendly fall. Comes to Homs now. 3-point shot. Doesn't go this time for Ayal. They get the rebound, though, and taken in by Faye for a 2. It's a nice little short-range jumper. For Mohamed Faye, the Senegalese national. And an 8-point ball game. Looks like we've got a timeout late in the half. And a minute or so to go till, I think it's 36 seconds to go till half time. So Bologna with the timeout, trying to structure something here, trying to get a response before half time. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Well, you can stay up to date with all of our live watch-alongs. We've got plenty more coming for you. As I said, we'll be back again later tonight with the NBL Australia Championship Game 4 of the Championship Series, I should say, between Adelaide and Sydney. Best of 5 series, Sydney leading 2-1. And then we'll be back again on Friday with Crevena versus Partizan in the EuroLeague. So that's Friday Australian time, Friday morning, Thursday night for a lot of people. We'll have some more coming from there heading into next week. So, how will the remainder of this half play out? That's the question. What will come here? Will Bologna advance the ball here and sacrifice some time? Don't think so. I don't want to give Paris as much time at the other end. No, they do not. They take it back down to their own defensive baseline. Vildoza will bring this in. Vildoza with the ball for Bologna. 35 seconds on the clock till half time. Very happy to manage it, Bologna. Worked in towards Diouf. He gives it to Vildoza, who carves around, gets up and over for a jumper, leaves it short, but bats it back for Diouf. They think about the 3-point shot through Hackett, decide better of it. Only a 4-second differential now between shot clock and game clock after that missed attempt. Back out Hackett for 3. Doesn't go. They do get the rebound, though. And we're going to have a foul called against Paris. And it looks like it's going to be against. Let's have a look here. Dalton Holmes. So for a hold. Hey, Hilton. Bologna are playing overall better basketball. Paris are just shooting really well from three-point range. They're shooting at 48% from three-point range, which is the big difference. 11 from 23. And that's really realistically the reason for their lead at the moment. Hilton, but thanks for getting involved in the comments. Great to see. Let us know where you're tuning in from or who you're going for. Free throw goes down for Niang. Gets us back to a 7-point ball game. 2.9 seconds to go till half time. Hits a second as well. 6-point ball game. Bologna will have a pass and shoot opportunity. Paris will have a pass and shoot opportunity here. Heafy gets it down towards half court. Fires a shot. Finds the front of the rim, but is waved away. So at halftime, it is 53-47. Let's have a look through the leaders for the scorers. And leading everyone for Paris is Nadir Heafy with 11 points. He is their runaway leader at the moment. The next best, Dalton Holmes. He's got 3 3-pointers, so he's got 9 points. And then we're back to Matthew Morgan on 7. Actually, we've got Smailagic on 8 and Niang on 8 as well. And then Vildoza on 7 as well. For rebounds, it is Niang with 6. And assists, it is Vildoza with 4. For Bologna, who trail by 6. Their leading scorer at this stage is Mehmet Diouf. He has 10 points. We're then dropping back to... Sorry, the other numbers I just ran through for Virtus, not Paris. So, Diouf, let's go back to that. Diouf with 10. And then, yes, Niang, Smailagic with 8. Vildoza with 7. Morgan with 7. For Paris, it is Heafy with 11. Morgan with 6. Watchalong with 6. And Holmes with 9. So, they're your leaders at the break. We're going to take a short break here, guys. We'll be back with you in about 7 or 8 minutes for the second half. Don't go too far. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from, how you're spending your Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending on what part of the world you're in. And we'll see you again very, very shortly with the second half of this EuroLeague Round 33 clash between Virtus Bologna and Paris Basketball. Welcome back to the second half here of the EuroLeague action. As we are set for Virtus Bologna and Paris. Paris leading 6 points margin at half time. And we are back underway immediately in the third quarter. So Virtus with the first possession. Diouf kicks it out and then they've lost possession out of bounds. Put on the baseline and we're handed over to Paris now. Robinson, Roden, Watara, Willis and Fay out there for them. So we have a foul called on Alston Jr. It's going to be called as a shooting foul as well. So Roden will go to the line to extend Paris's lead. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hey, Eric, sorry, just saw that. Paris they've been the better side in the back end of that second quarter, just with 3-point shooting. But again, they've shot somewhere around almost 50% for 3 points. So whether or not they can sustain that, mate, is going to be the big question. So, yeah, it'll certainly be interesting. I just got 1 of 2 from the free throws there. Sorry, just trying to play catch up here with a few things. There we go. And Virtus get 2 points through Alston. And then Paris turn it over down the other end, ball out of bounds. So thanks for getting involved in the comments, Eric. Good to have you tuning in as we head into this second half here in Virtus and Paris. Bologna on the ball now. A little fumble turnover there from Luca Vildoza. Handoffs happening under the bucket for Paris. They couldn't get the shot away on the quick break. 3-point shot. Hard and flat. Finds the front of the rim from Justin Robinson. On the rebound, and Watara gives the foul. So, Bologna ball now. 1:15 gone in this third quarter. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you haven't already. Hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Plenty more basketball, live watch-alongs and other content coming to you in the coming days. As Diouf tries to get that one up and in, but they're going to say goaltending. Goaltending from Fay. So back to a 3-point ball game early in this third quarter. 1.5 gone. Robinson kicks it out. Watara. Backhand pass. Crossover work. Roden trying to find a mid-range jumper. He does find the jumper, but leaves it short. A little bit sloppy to start this third quarter by Paris. Carson Edwards, deep 3. Oh, that is a wonderful shot to tie us up. That is a very deep 3. Good 1.5 meters outside the arc. Robinson drives into the lane, rolls his hand over. Gets fouled in the process. Yeah, I think that shot from Edwards just before, maybe 2 meters outside the 3-point arc. It's a big shot to level it up. So, Robinson at the line for Paris. It's his first one. Doesn't get the second. Question will be, yeah, last touch. Bologna could have left that then. It was going out of bounds off Paris, and they just, a little bit of doubt, decided to try and use it themselves. And Nadir Heafy checks back in. Kicks it out. 3-point shot. Paris, that is nice. The Chilean in Herrera. They are now just continuing to light things up from 3-point range. They're 12 from 25 at 48%. I said I'm not sure they can maintain it, but they're not showing any sign of letting up. Deep three again. To the right this time by Edwards. Ball's been called out of bounds off Virtus, and Herrera wants the challenge. Apologies, not Herrera. Nilang wants the challenge. Sully and Nilang calling to his coach for a coach's challenge. It looks like that is exactly what we'll have. They were successful in the first half with one. Will they be successful here? That is the question. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Plenty more basketball coming. In just over 12 hours' time, we will have the Adelaide 36ers versus the Sydney Kings in the Australian NBL Championship Series. Game 4. Sydney leading 2-1, best of 5 series. So that'll be interesting to see who can take that one out. Sydney win it. They will seal the series on the road. I have to be honest, these camera angles are showing at the moment are not really helping. So it might have come out off a boot from the Paris player, shoe. Really need a camera angle from the other side. It'll be Leo Cavier. So they are not overturning this one, I don't think. No, they won't be. So it will be Paris ball. Apologies, they have overturned it. They have overturned it. 7:15 on the clock. So Virtus with a second successful challenge. Referees just get the shot clocks reset to 10. 7:15 on the clock. Away we go here. Dozer into Edwards, mid-range jumper, and drains it. Back to a 2-point game. 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. Lobbed over now, Heafy. Working the ball around where they can. Kicked out wide, 3-point shot, and drained again. But I'm going to come back. An illegal block on Justin Morgan, which wipes off Herrera's 3-pointer. So, Bologna with the ball now. I'll tell you what, if you're still there, Eric, they are certainly draining some shots, Paris. Proving my theory wrong still to this point. That one didn't count, though. Well, Dozer just carves through half the side, goes in, tries to bank it off the backboard, doesn't get it. Heafy with the rebound. Heafy kicks it out now. Cavalier tries to use the glass, can't go. Lang with the rebound. They're going to need to maintain something. When you have a look at the numbers for Virtus, 16 from 21 inside the paint. That's a nice pass, and he'll draw the foul there. Just trying to see who it is that's gone down. It is Alston Jr. So Alston Jr., that'll be a shooting foul. He'll go to the line. Cavalier couldn't get himself in the way quick enough. Yeah, some of the shooting numbers tonight, phenomenal for these two teams. 76% inside the paint for Virtus. 48% outside for Paris. 1 point ball game. Certainly good to have you all tuning in. As I said, don't be afraid. Get involved in the comments like Hilton and Eric have. And he hits the second as well. All tied up at 58. 6:14 still on the clock in the third quarter. Inbound ball for Paris. Heafy with it. Working it around now. Herrera for a three. The Chileans lighting up. Gives Paris back the lead inside the final 6 minutes of this third quarter. Foul called. That'll be another one on Justin Morgan. He's going to have to be careful. Carson Edwards is the man fouled. Trying to work it now. Edwards almost stepping on the sideline there. Did well. Deep three. Way downtown. Can't get it to go for Virtus. Rebound then taken by Charvin. They continue to work it around. Herrera gives off now to Cavalier. Heafy. Herrera trying to control the hot hand. This one not on target, though. Stays a 3-point game. Edwards takes the rebound and gives it off to Vildoza. Vildoza just slicing his way through. Up and over. And we're going to have an offensive foul here. Vildoza going into Charvin. Charvin's in a world of hurt down on the floor beyond the baseline. Oh, yep, there it is. Copped the heel of the hand right into the face. I don't think there's any intent from Vildoza. He just had his arm out. That's what he's saying now. Where am I supposed to put my hand? But Charvin taking his time. Enzo Charvin, the French national. Yeah, I think it's just the fact that he extended out. It wasn't, and just held it up there. I think we're going to have a coach's challenge here again from Virtus. Surely the fact that he extends his arm out. I think Charvin's added a bit of bit extra to this in terms of it, but it remains an offensive foul after the review. So it will be Paris ball. They'll continue to lead by 3, halfway through this third term. Justin Morgan pomps the ball over the top. Now Heafy drives into the lane, draws a foul. The foul will be against Smalagic. And we'll have a timeout. So Bologna, the better of the scorers in this third quarter, but they still trail by 3. 11-8 the scoreline for the third quarter. Hey, Juan from South Africa, good to have you. Always good. Is there much of a basketball scene in South Africa? Be late on, I'm assuming late on Tuesday night there at the moment. Great to have you with us. As I said before, we will be doing another game in basically 12 hours now, which will be the Australian NBL, the Championship Series, Game 4, Sydney Kings on the road to the Adelaide 36ers. Sydney leading the best of 5-game series, 2 games to 1 at the moment, so a chance to seal the championship. They're just going through this timeout called by Virtus. And then we'll be back on Friday morning Australian time, so Thursday night for a lot of you, with some more EuroLeague action. No basketball. You're on Paris. Very good. 10 p.m. Yeah, very good. South Africa is a bit like Australia, very rugby union and cricket and a lot of similar sports. We've got a bit more basketball here, but it's a shame there's not more of a basketball scene there because it'd be a lot of those athletes that have transitioned very well, I think, from some of those other sports. Heafy at the line for Paris. Hits the first. And gets the second. Out to a 5-point lead again. 4:52 on the clock till 3-quarter time. Carson Edwards, the American, brings it down court. Hands off for Hackett. Hackett now kicks it across. Matthew Morgan can't get the 3-point shot to go. And Paris go again. Heafy. He's been a star for them so far today. Plenty of minutes. Plenty of points too. 13 points so far for Nadir Heafy. He's drawn 2 defenders here. Trying to kick it out. They go to Cavalier. He can't get it to go. Last touch, the referee says comes off Heafy. Does he want the coach's challenge? Tell you what, he should go with the coach's challenge because that's come off Hackett there before it's gone out of bounds. I think he's going to get the coach's challenge too. This should actually be overturned. And it should be Paris ball. Net ball, yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Obviously, it takes some time, one. But, yeah, I think about some of those athletic frames. And obviously, sport's a huge thing for young South African kids as they go through playing a lot of rugby union and cricket and other things. It's definitely, can't see how they could see this coming off anyone but Daniel Hackett for Virtus. So I think that'll definitely be overturned. So through the EuroLeague website is how I watch most of the games. Alternatively, some of the games are streamed here in Australia on a provider called KO, which is owned by DAZN. Still reviewing this. I think they're trying to see if there is just some tiny contact that might justify the decision to uphold it. They're going to say that he touched it with his fingertip. I am absolutely perplexed by that. Absolutely perplexed. That is a peculiar decision. But anyway, we move on. 4:10 on the clock in the third quarter. And now we've got a foul going the other way. That's going to be against Herrera coming through. He's taking out Carson Edwards. Herrera a bit frustrated, the Chilean. So we have a bit of a hold up here. So Edwards has been given a tech foul. So Heafy goes down and shoots one for Paris. A little bit of confusion there. Now we'll come back. So that's what all the... I thought the referees were going to go and review it, but no, they've just got the tech foul. Edwards is just trying to clarify that with the referee, but the free throw's been shot. So 6-point ball game, and now Edwards, because Paris are over the foul limit. So Virtus into the bonus. So Carson Edwards at the free throw line. Drops his first. Back to a 5-point game. 4:05 on the clock. He's got another free throw to come here. Great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Get involved in those comments. Let us know whereabouts in the world, what country you're watching from. As Edwards hits his second. Now Heafy brings it down court for Paris. Heafy, little crossover. Drives forward inside the 3-point line. Decides better of it. Gives it off to Herrera. Back to Heafy. Heafy drives into the lane. Just floats his way up and over. Rolls the finger roll. And gets his side another 2. 66-60. 3:40 on the clock. Heafy up to 16 points. Leading all comers. Only one of only 2 players in double digits at this point. Oh dear. Smailagic just a mishandle there. And Paris come away with it. Cavalier gives it off. Morgan. Heafy's there again. Trying to find the mismatch. Drew 2. 3-point shot for Morgan. Doesn't go. Smailagic takes the rebound for Bologna, and they come away with the ball. Matthew Morgan kicks out. 3-point shot and deflected. Great work there by Charvin. Paris get the ball. Cavalier. Justin Morgan. Back to Heafy. The dear Heafy. Fires it out. Herrera drives into the lane after thinking about 3 and gets another 2 up to an 8-point lead. It's a bigger lead as we've seen anyone have today. 2.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Paris trying to turn the screws. Carson Edwards, deep 3. Again blocked. This time Justin Morgan. Now Heafy for 3. Doesn't go. But oh my word, crashing the boards, coming from a distance. Charvin takes it home on the rebound. And they lead by double digits, Paris, and they are up and about. Virtus call a timeout. But Paris, what a play that was. Absolutely huge. That is phenomenal. He just came flying through. picked that rebound up out of the air and dunked it home. Wonderful basketball from Paris. They are playing fast transition, high tempo, exciting basketball at the moment. You wouldn't know they were sitting 17th in the league. If they can keep this margin, that'll soon be 16th. Certainly, if you're Julius Thomas, stepping in as head coach of Paris, you'd be pretty happy with what your team's put up today. Nadir Heafy leads the way with 16 points, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Dalton Hobbs, 9 points and 3 rebounds. Sebastian Herrera, the Chilean, 8 points, 1 assist. The top numbers there on the other side for Virtus. Momo Diouf with 12 points and 2 rebounds. And then we have Siliu Nilang, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Alan Smolagic with 8 points, 3 rebounds. And we then go back. Derek Alston Jr. also with 8 points and 3 rebounds. So they are your leaders at the moment. 2:15 on the clock. We come out of the timeout. Virtus with the ball on their home court here, trying to fight back against Paris. Alston hands the ball off to Vildoza. He's going to meet the heels of those players I touched on before. He's got 7 points and 6 assists, Vildoza. And Matthew Morgan gives back to Luca Vildoza. Matthew Morgan for 3. Can't get it to go. Just parried into the path of Alston Jr. So they'll go again here. Vildoza bounce pass in, looking for Nalang, but his pass didn't find a target and went over the baseline. So Paris ball, 1:46 on the clock in the third quarter. Paris just trying to ratchet up the heat a little here. The defensive pressure's up. Their offense is clicking. They certainly look more convincing in this third quarter. It's like they're turning it up a gear here. Robinson, little crossover, step back. Can't get the 2 to go. Fired back in. Good work there, reaching out wide, and they go again for 3. This time he hits it. Robinson, another 3 points, and they lead by 13. They are now 15 from 32 from 3-point range. As Watara gives away a foul. And that will send Virtus to the line. Justin Robinson joining the 3-point party here for Paris. Some show they're putting on so far. Matthew Morgan misses his first free throw. Taking 10 more shots from outside 3 than they have from inside 3 so far today. Shooting at 45% from outside 3-point range. Morgan gets his second. Phenomenally, Virtus when they can create the chances inside the arc, 16 from 22. But similarly, they've taken half their shots from outside where they're only at 23%. Again for 3, and again it's hit. This time, it's Watara. They are absolutely lights out at the moment, Paris. I don't know how you contest with this. Watara 3 from 3 from outside the arc. Now, Bulldozer. He thinks about a 3, decides better of it, drives his way in, banks it in off the glass, plays the money, plays the percentages. 76-63, 22 seconds left, 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Paris will try and manage this down as far as they can on the shot clock. Robinson on the ball. Great to have you all tuning in. If you haven't already, please hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel too to stay up to date with all of our content, including our basketball live watch-alongs. Step back for Robinson. Doesn't get the 3 to go. 1 second to go, trying to get a shot away from half court. Oh, and they bank it in. Vildoza on the buzzer from half court. to make it a 10-point ball game heading into the final quarter. We'll see if he got it away. I don't know if he did. Saying count the basket. They're going to review it. That is a phenomenal shot from half court for Luca Vildoza if he has hit it. I don't think he has. I think by the barest of margins, by maybe half a tenth of a second. No shot. Wonderful shot, but does not count. The margin remains at 13 at three-quarter time. Wow, oh wow. Luca Vildoza. That's one of those shots that you can't believe you've managed to nail. Wide out on the left at half court. But unfortunately, half a tenth of a second too late. So let's run through those numbers again. Let's start with the visitors, Paris, and it is Nadir Heafy with 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists leading the way. Next best, we have, let's have a look here, Yakuba Watara on 9 points, Dalton Homs on 9 points, Justin Robinson on 9 points. Homs also has 3 rebounds. We then go back to Sebastian Herrera with 8 points and 1 assist. For Virtus, leading the way is Momo Diouf with 12 points and 2 rebounds. Next then is Vildoza with 9 points and 1 rebound. And then we're back to a cluster of players, 4 players, Nalang, Smalagic, Alston Jr. and Matthew Morgan all on 8 points for Virtus. How you going, Cara? It would be hard to see how they will. I won't say they won't be able to, but 13 points is a big turnaround here. Again, just how Paris is shooting from three-point range. You think they'll come back to the mean, but, you know, realistically, in a game where the teams are averaging just over 20 points a quarter, they're basically going to have to try and keep Paris to about 6 points, 6 to 8 points here to try and do it. And, you know, we've got Carson Edwards leading the way for them. He got 7 points in that quarter, but it's going to be a long way back. They certainly need to get a couple of very early key stops and make sure they play the percentage plays. But I would say I'll lean towards no at the moment. Robinson kicks the ball wide. Another 3-point shot. This one just an air ball from Paris. And that's more of what we'd expect in terms of coming back to the mean. Now Edwards trying to take it on himself. Mid-range 2-point jumper. Can't get it to go. They've got to hit those. Can't be missing shots. Foul given by Nalang, and they're going to say it was a shooting foul. So Robinson will go to the line for 3 free throws. Stuff like that's really going to hurt their cause, Cara. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. If Robinson gets most of these, then, yeah, I think that'll be the nail in the coffin. And I think Salu Nalang knows that. Oh, that's good news. Robinson misses his first one. At the line again, Justin Robinson. Misses his second one. Oh dear. They can drain threes, but free throws not so much. Robinson just having a tough night of it. Gets the last one. He's 1 from 4 from free throws today. They lead by 14. 9:24 on the clock. Vildoza, Edwards, Nalang, Alston Jr. and Diarra out there. A big don't argue there. As Vildoza went up for it. Now he kicks back for 3. Don't worry about the 2. I'll take the 3. He says 11-point game. 9 minutes on the clock. Robinson plays wide. They loft it over the top. Defense converge on Willis. He kicks it out now. Watara goes into the paint. Doesn't draw a foul. Could have seen one given there, but they lead by 13. 8:30 on the clock. Now, Bologna going in, can't get it done. Rebound taken by Roden. He just takes it all the way in, rolls it in, and takes another 2, and that's got to be the death knell, surely. 15-point ball game, and unsurprisingly, Bologna take a timeout. As I said, the way things stand at the moment, they've blown them out. They've won the last 2 quarters by 7. They lead this one 5-3. And this win will pull them level on their record for the season. It'll take them both to 13 and 21 if Paris remain in front. But Paris will leapfrog Virtus based on their points differential. Just a reminder, we'll be back in a couple of days with another EuroLeague clash on Friday morning Australian time, where we will have ninth place Savannah Zaveda taking on 14th place Partizan. So we wait for this timeout. And again, tonight, Australian time, we'll have Game 4 of the Australian NBL Championship Series. Adelaide 36ers versus Sydney Kings. So, Virtus with the ball inbound, 8:20 on the clock. They trail by 15. They're going to need a big response. They're going to need it quickly. Can Carson Edwards be the man to lead that? He's on the ball now. Bounce pass into Nilang. Kicked out. Vildoza for 3. Finds the front of the rim. Rebound taken by Willis. Robinson just playing the percentages now. Not trying to drain the threes, Paris, as they build this lead up. Robinson takes a 2. They keep extending this lead. 17 points now. Justin Robinson kicking them up. Now Alston Jr. trying to get in and under the paint. Can't get it taken away. And straight away on the quick break, 3-on-2. And going in, Robinson for another 2. They are blowing this out now. They lead by 19. Robinson's going to check out. 7:36 on the clock. We've got another timeout here. And Ed Yakovlevich is going to have to find some sort of response. Because right now his team is getting blown away in his first game as head coach. As I touched on off the top, both these coaches in their first games in charge as the head coaches of their sides respectively. Julius Thomas with Paris and Ed Yakovlevich with Virtus Bologna. So great to have you all tuning in. Love it if you hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Jump into those comments. Let us know where you're watching along from. Big thanks to those of you who have got involved in the comments. Hilton, Eric, Juan, Cara. Great to have you along for the ride. If you like your basketball and other sports, make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel as well. As we look to come out of this timeout with a massive deficit to overcome for Virtus on their home court. Justin Robinson shot up to 14 points now. The run in this quarter. Edwards kicks it out. Now Alston Jr. Shooting for 3. Doesn't go. I think it might be a lost cause now as we tick down towards 7 minutes. Not impossible, but definitely very unlikely. Paris almost got trapped there. And now Herrera drains another 3. Surely that will do it. It's a 22-point ball game. They are absolutely flying away here. 15 from 34 from three-point range. They've uplifted their two-point shooting to 64% as well. It is just absolutely phenomenal numbers overall. As Hackett checks back in for Bologna after another turnover out of bounds. Herrera, Heafy versus Hackett. Now gets Matthew Morgan, gets a pass in, and another foul going this time against Hackett. So the inbound ball from the sideline for Paris. Heafy's there deep in the corner on the right wing. Flicks it over the top. Herrera. Justin Morgan, the fake, and then shoots and misses. Hackett takes the rebound. Trail by 22 with 6 minutes 15 on the clock. Matthew Morgan over the top. Mehmed Diouf. Can't get it to go. So now Heafy kicks it in, looking for Cavier. And it's just batted over the baseline. So touch was off Bologna. So Justin Morgan now dribbles into the paint, kicks it out. Herrera from the right wing, another 3 points. They are absolutely putting on a clinic here. 91-66. Herrera is up to 14 points as well. And they're not done yet. They force a turnover. Hackett gives a foul. It's taking things into his own hands, unfortunately, here, Daniel Hackett. That was a pretty hard foul. The tempers are just starting to fray a little bit here. Dear Heafy was right in there, so it's going to be unsportsmanlike. They're going to call a tech foul as well. Mohammed Fai rushing in and getting involved after the fact. They don't take this lightly, these guys. Great to have you all tuning in, though. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. So, actually, no, it's been called on Shavin. So, Enzo Shavin. So, at the other end, Matthew Morgan will take a free throw. Misses it anyway. He wants to take it again. That's not going to happen. Heafy and Hackett mend their fences. Now Heafy will go to the line. 5:32 on the clock. Heafy gets the first free throw. And this is absolutely blown out from what looked like a maybe. Fight back at 13 points at three-quarter time. It's now double that. And they go to the line again. 93-66. .5:32 on the clock, and you look at the supporters and the bench for Bologna, and they just look dejected. So, of course, unsportsmanlike foul. So, Paris get the inbound now. Heafy. Another foul this time on Matthew Morgan. They've got fouls to give here, so that's their fourth foul, however. So, Justin Morgan will inbound. 5:25 on the clock till full time here. Just going to be a victory procession for Paris. Heafy. Justin Morgan. Airballs the 3-shot. No good. Now Hackett. Handoff ball for Matthew Morgan. Morgan kicks it out now. Alston Jr. Momo Diouf. Into the paint. Matthew Morgan at hit and hope from underneath, but there's a foul called on Herrera. He puts his hand up and owns it. Didn't get himself set for the block. You can see he's frustrated, but he knows that, yeah, that's the case. So Morgan will go to the line for 2 here. He gets the first one. .454 on the clock here. He's at the line for the second free throw. And he gets both of those in the end. So back to a 25-point margin. Heafy on the ball. Shove in. Herrera comes back around. Heafy down the left edge. Steps across. Shape to set his feet. Side's better of it. Just crossing up against Morgan. Steps across him. Gets up for 3. Doesn't go though. Rebound taken by Watchalong. Now Alston Jr. drives into the lane. Fumbles. Ball pops out the back and Heafy comes away with it. Down towards the 4-minute mark. Heafy, almost a little fumble there, and then Matthew Morgan just a little heavy-handed. Doesn't intend it, but gives away a foul. He's trying to apply the pressure there, Matthew Morgan, and unfortunately for him, that'll be another foul. Alston Jr. checks out. Francesco Ferrari will check in for his first minutes. He hit the line, hits his first one. And the second again. If he keeps up his season average, he's at 19 points a game so far. Gets 20 for today, and he'll take a breather now, and that might be the last we see of him. As Virtus try and find a response. Foul's called. This time it will be on Watara. As Julius Thomas just tells his team to cool their jets a little. Big thanks to all of you who've tuned in so far today. Still 3:40 to go here. As Momo Diouf, a little fumble, but he'll draw the foul. That'll be called on Shavin. It will be called a shooting foul, so go to the line. It's the first. .95-69, 3:40 on the clock as Diouf's at the line for his second free throw. Hits that one as well. Shavin will check out. Payee will check back in. Herrera for Paris in possession now. Justin Robinson. And a work over the top, but the block's there. Good work from Virtus. Driving into the paint. It's yellow. And Matthew Morgan gets there for the cleanup and the bucket. Now Justin Robinson. Sending it wide. Watara's there now. Gets it from Dalton Holmes. Wide again. Herrera. Back. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Way downtown. 3. Doesn't go. Matthew Morgan takes the rebound. Races down the other end and draws a foul. So they want to play up tempo now. I think with 2:40 on the clock and 23-point margin, it might be a little bit too little too late, unfortunately. Again, thanks to all you tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel if you haven't already. We'll be back with plenty more basketball live watch-alongs in the coming days. And to those of you who have got involved in the chat, I appreciate your efforts. Morgan started to add some bonus points here from the free throw line. Two from 2 there. He's up to 5 from 7. At the free throw line. Takes himself up to 14 points, equal leading scorer alongside Momo Diouf. And Sebastian Herrera checks out of the game. Now Justin Robinson in possession for Paris. Into the last 2.5 minutes of the game. Fires it wide. Watara for 3. Drains another one. They are absolutely electric from 3-point range. 18 3-pointers so far today. Watara, 1 of 2 players with 4 3-pointers. Moves up to 14 points. 3-way tie for second leading scorer for Paris. They get the stop at the other end, and then they work the ball into the lane. And Holmes gets it to take them to 100. Edwards to Morgan. Morgan over the top. Momo Diouf. That's better. Crashes the boards. Banks it in off the glass. 2 points for Virtus. .140 on the clock. Time ticking down here. You see a lot of the Virtus fans starting to leave the arena as another 3 points. This time, it's Roden draining it. Just salt in the wounds at this point. This has been clinical this last quarter. Morgan kicks it out. Trying to find the 3-point range. Can't quite get it. Morgan comes out and takes his own 3-point shot. Ball fumbled out. They go again. And there's going to be a foul called on the shot. Francesco Ferrari was shooting, so I think he'll go to the line for 3 free throws here. The foul called on Roden. Jared Roden, the American. And young Francesco Ferrari, Italian, will have 3 free throws. Gets his first. Might just carve away a little of the margin with 74 seconds remaining to play. Gets his second. Doesn't get his third. And the rebound batted down and taken away there by Roden. Back to Justin Robinson. Down to the final minute here. And kick it out. Holmes thinks about a 3. Going to work their way into the paint, but sloppy. And batted out of bounds. And shot clock violation, says the referee. 48 seconds on the clock. The inbound on the sideline, defensive end, Matthew Morgan. Carson Edwards. Step back, little jumper, banks in off the glass. Brings it back to a 23-point game. 35 seconds remaining. There should be enough time for one possession each here, because you would think that Paris will manage this clock down as far as they can before they get the shot away. Five seconds on the shot clock. Robinson's going to do it all himself. He pulls up, tries to shoot a three-pointer. It goes out of bounds. So there'll be 15.5 seconds on the clock here. And even if they can do much with this, it'll just be then managed to full time. Matthew Morgan drives all the way down. Where's that aggression been all day? Banks it in off the glass again for another two. Paris will rush it over halfway. And it's a big win for Paris under their new head coach, Julius Thomas. They take it out 103-82. Huge thank you to you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and we'll see you again in about 12 hours for the Australian NBL action. Just running through the leading scorers. We will go through Nadir Heafy for Paris with 20 points. There's then 3 players on 14 points for Paris. Sorry, with Fahifi also 5 rebounds and 3 assists and 2 steals. We had Justin Robinson on 14 points, Sebastian Herrera 14 points as well, Robinson with 5 assists, and we also had Yakuba Watara on 14 points with 2 rebounds and 1 assist. The top scorers there. On the other side of things, Momo Diouf with 16 points and 2 rebounds was the equal leader, alongside Matthew Morgan, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And then you go back to Luca Vildoza with 12 points, 1 rebound and 6 assists. And then Carson Edwards, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Salou Nilang also deserves a shout out, 8 rebounds for him. But that's about it. That will close us out for our live watch along today. As I said, if you haven't already, hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. You can hit that bell icon as well, which will give you the notifications when we're going live and when we are dropping more videos. But until next time, a huge thank you for tuning in to another Chris McPherson Show live watch along.